biggest things that I realize that really impede people from moving forward financially and really growing their wealth is this thing that you probably wouldn't have assumed. And I hope you stay tuned to find out what it is. Hey, listen, one of the things that I realize that really stop people in their tracks with building proper wealth and saving for tomorrow is actually something that we all do. I believe that buying your groceries is a really big way you can actually fix something right away. Right away. I find that a lot of people buy because it's on sale and they might use it, or they think they need it, even though they really don't yet. They go to a place like Costco where they're buying a bulk, when really at the end of the day, it's really about planning. It's about planning your meals throughout the week so that when you do grocery shopping, you're actually buying what you need. I would encourage you to go to your fridge, go to your pantry, and tell me how many expired products you have in there. Because once I started to downsize my life, I started to realize that in the past, we used to buy a lot of things in case we needed it, when really it might have taken weeks, sometimes months to use it. I found that we were throwing away a lot of food. So to me, that's a waste of money. Not to mention the fact, too, though, is we ate out a lot. So we really didn't use the food sometimes in our fridge. We ate out a lot because it was just easier. And I'm not here to take any kind of backseat to this. I was just as guilty for doing this. But because I've had to really hunker down with my finances, my expenses, living on one income is really something that I had to be mindful of now. I have to make sure that when I buy something, I absolutely need it. And how do you do this? You actually start planning your meals. So this was a really big aha moment for me, was realizing this isn't something that I just decided to do. I actually learned this. I learned this from my own parents growing up, thinking they buy, thinking they need, but really at the end of the day, there was a lot of waste. And I'm sure that there's a lot of you that can relate. In this day and age, a lot of us are going out to eat. So not to mention the fact that we bought a lot of food, we're not using it at the same time because we're spending more money to go out to eat. So I have some tips here that you can use so that you can start saving money on something relatively big on your expense sheet, and that's food. I would do what you can to take an inventory. So that's the first thing, is take an inventory of all the non-expired products in your pantry and in your fridge. And I would just do an overhaul of all the rotten stuff that's in there and start fresh. You're going to start to realize that you have a lot of expired condiments, maybe even like frozen meats in your fridge that are, what are they, freezer burn meat in your fridge that you wouldn't eat even if you had something planned. Get rid of it. And I hope that just this exercise alone will wake you up to how much money that you wasted. And then we're going to start fresh. Okay. Literally, we're going to start fresh. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to start to write down all the things you like to eat, and including those things that you buy at restaurants. Some of you guys are like creatures of habits. You always order the same thing at the same restaurants, or maybe the same thing at different restaurants. Start writing those things down, because this might be your opportunity to start eating at home more often, saving money from eating out. Now, I'm not saying don't eat out, because sometimes that's all you can do. But I would say for the most part, you do have control. And so start writing down all the things you like. Like for myself, I actually really like the salads at Olive Garden. And I know that Olive Garden sells their dressings. And so I decided that I was going to recreate the Olive Garden salad at home. Really, it was lettuce, olives, red onions, peppers, and tomatoes. And really, when I started to realize how easy it was going to be to make an Olive Garden salad, it made me excited when I brought it to work for lunch. And at the same time, it was something that I wanted to add as a staple meal for maybe lunches every 3 weeks, right? So things like that. Or if you like spaghetti and meatballs, I know that's simple, but if you like spaghetti and meatballs, then find a way to make that at home super fast. YouTube. YouTube is my favorite tool, guys, and I hope it's yours because you wouldn't be watching this if it wasn't. But YouTube is my favorite tool to be able to look up recipes. I have an air fryer that I use almost all the time, and if I can find recipes that are super easy and looks delicious, I will take down the recipes, okay? I would also encourage you to think about how you can mass produce meals so that you can not only use it for meals like at dinner time, but maybe make enough so that you can make it for lunchtime the next day. Because you're saving on time, you're saving on time there, and you're saving on money. Or maybe you want to eat it again for the meal the next day at dinner time. That would be saving time from having to make the meals. Jot down a few different meals that you would like to start rotating in your daily life and really start determining, okay, so now you have all these meals. Now we're going to come up with lists. So when I decided that I was just going to go grocery shopping every week on the same time, at the same time on the same day, it just became easy because it was a routine. Instead of going to the grocery store when I need something, which could it costs you time to go there after work. It costs you money because you're buying something you forgot when maybe you might not even use it because you get home and you're too tired to cook. So you're going to order in pizza. We've all been there, right? It's just a lot easier to be more prepared and more prepared for a specific day and time. So what I like to do is I still do the Costco thing, okay? And maybe for some of you, this is impossible, but I do the Costco thing and I do it on a weekend, which is the worst day you could possibly do it, but I do it first thing in the morning so I can avoid the rush, okay? And it takes me 10 minutes to go through Costco and get everything I need. No word of a lie. It actually takes me longer to drive to the nearest Costco than it does for me to go through Costco and pay for my groceries because I already know the layout of the Costco that I'm going to, and I already know what I'm going to get because I've already pre-planned my meals for the week, right? And I might not even need too much because there's meats in my freezer that I've had there that I don't need to get meats, right? Because I have a whole bunch of chicken. I don't need to get more chicken because I have chicken, right? So maybe my grocery shop at Costco is really not that big. Maybe it's just fruits because we could always use fruits and they're better priced at Costco if you buy them in bulk, right? Especially if you have a big family, you could be saving so much more money by buying in bulk. But there are times that you only need maybe 1 carton of creamer, right? You don't need a whole 1 liter of creamer. You need a small one. So I also make sure that on the same day, I actually pre-order my groceries at the Real Canadian Superstore here in Edmonton so that on the way home from Costco, I'm picking up the smaller groceries. And I'm going there and I'm literally just waiting for the groceries to come out because I've already pre-ordered them. I've already decided all the smaller groceries I need from there and done. I literally do grocery shopping done in less than half an hour, really. That does not include driving time, right? And I've gone to my groceries for the entire week, okay? I find that going from $100 a week in groceries, sometimes 125, to sometimes now I am spending $50 a week on groceries because I've already pre-planned my meals. Now, what does this do? This allows me to actually pre-plan to be able to go out on certain days of the week. And that's another thing, guys. I do not sacrifice my eating out because I really enjoy the fact that I can eat out and not have to cook. And I do enjoy foods that I don't have to cook, right? I'm mindful of it. On the days that I'm off, I will just decide that I'm going to eat out. Okay. And so if I plan that I'm going to eat out once a week, so I'm going to be planning to cook for the rest of the days. And I'm going to be planning to cook as least amount as I could. So I'll be making bigger meals to last for a few meals, right? And at the end of the day, I've saved so much money. I've wasted way less food and I feel so much better about it because now I can really go after the things that make me happy, like going out with friends to go eat out, going to the movies and splurging on buying popcorn and maybe sometimes a chocolate bar. Those are things that I would rather spend money on, not on food I'm going to waste in the fridge. But I realize that I don't want to waste food in the fridge and I don't want to waste money. So I hope I've given you some value there and some ideas on how you might actually be leaking money just really from something very simple like grocery shopping and meal prep. Okay, this isn't a video about meal prep on how to lose weight, although you could probably do that as well. It's about really so you don't waste any more food and you don't waste any more money as a result. Anyways, I got you all. Comment, subscribe to this channel, guys, and I hope to see you next time.